Hey everybody, Ryan here at Smoking Guns, and today we got in our first Springfield Hellcat, the standard model, not the OSP. So we're going to take a look at this thing, see what kind of box it comes in. We'll do a little unboxing, check out the gun, and see what initial impressions are, and see if we like it or not. So, without further ado, I've already opened the box preemptively. Get this nice black cardboard box. Nothing too spiffy, but it's kind of cool that it comes in a black box. The first thing you'll notice is when you open up the box is this nice soft case. Open it up, you're going to find your Hellcat inside with a plastic bag, and there's a little base plate inside there too. So then we have an accessories tab. You get another magazine. Here's the 11 round magazine and a trigger lock. There's our trigger lock, our manual. Kind of spiffy, it says Hellcat on there. I'm sure a lot of Dodge owners will be happy about this. And without further ado, here is the Springfield Hellcat. So let's see what we got going on. Comes with the 13 round magazine in the gun. Feels pretty good. So one thing about this grip that Springfield's been talking about that really has my interest in it, it's supposed to be kind of smooth when you're not gripping it. That way it doesn't rub against you really harshly when you're concealing this firearm. And then the grip is supposed to kind of dig in your hand a little bit as you grip it to actually use it. So let's see if we can actually feel that. So the grip feels a little squishy, but I guess that's because of how it's designed to be, so it digs in your hand. But when you really squeeze that grip, you can actually feel the texture change. Not sure that everyone's going to like this, but I think it's kind of neat. It doesn't feel bad. Shooting it would be interesting to get a better feel for it, but we're not going to shoot this one. I'm not going to shoot it anyway. The new owner's going to get to shoot it. So let's check out the sides. So we have this yellow ring front side, and we have a little horseshoe rear side. I actually like those. So looking down at target acquisition is really easy, straightforward. I do like the sight setup on this a lot. So when I first took this thing out of the box, I thought, yeah, I knew that it was supposed to be a competitor against the SIG P365, and it is pretty similar in size. So for comparison's sake, let's get a P365 out and take a look at it side by side. So here's our P365, here's our Springfield Hellcat, and that's grip on grip. There you guys go, you can see them from the top. The Hellcat is just a little bit longer, which is fine. It's not that big a deal. But if you want the smallest possible, yeah, you're still going to choose the 365. The grip with the extended magazine, even without the extended magazine, the grip is still quite a bit longer than what the 365 is. So let's see if you guys can get a good view of that. We can get these guns lined up better. There you go. These guns are pretty much side by side right there, and you can see there's a healthy difference in size of the grip. So the grip being the hardest part of the gun to hide, that is of significance to me. But if you got a bigger paw, then the Hellcat's definitely going to feel better in your hand than the P365 is, where you'd have to go through the XL to get that better grip. Here's our 11 round magazine. Stick that in there. Not a whole lot of difference. It's got that pinky extension on there. If I was going to use the 11 round magazine, I'd probably take the pinky extension off, because it doesn't really save me any space compared to the 13 round magazine. So I don't want it flush fit, so I can make the gun shorter, which would probably be how I would carry it, and have the 13 round magazine as my backup. But there's that. Let's make sure it's nice and clear. Let's check out the trigger. little bit of take up, pulls kind of heavy. Let's see where the reset's at. Reset's fairly long, it's about the same as what the 365 is, but I think the 365 definitely has a lighter trigger. Let's squeeze this and find out. So comparing these two, the 365 does have a lighter trigger, but it is much grittier, and there's a lot more take up than what there is with the Hellcat. So the Hellcat is a heavier trigger, but it does break so much cleaner, and this trigger is very noticeably cleaner on the break than what the 365 is, and the reset's much more tactile than what the 365 is as well. Yeah, the Hellcat, definitely better trigger than the P365. I do like that about it a lot. So SIG, you got a little catching up to do on the trigger part. Springfield, you got a little work to do on making the gun a little bit smaller, in my opinion, so that you can match the size of the P365 and truly be in there with that. Although this is really close, really close. I like this gun quite a bit, actually. Would love to shoot it, but we'll have to wait till a few more free up and come into the shop to where I can actually get to keep one myself, take it home and shoot it and see what it does, or maybe somebody I know would buy one. I do like comparing the grips to the 365. I do like the fact that you do have the grip texture up in this part of the gun, whereas in the 365 you do not have that up above the magazine release. And also for your index finger, there's a nice little groove here with texturing in it, so you can get some pressure on the side of that gun, and the 365 does not have that at all. So yeah, kudos to you, Springfield, for paying attention on some of those things like that. Nice gun, nice gun. I think it's an excellent product so far. Without getting to shoot it, just by handling it, it feels like a really excellent product. It's what I would be looking for in a nice concealed carry gun, and I think it's really going to give SIG a run for their money. With the P365 as the competitor, they're definitely going to have to come out with a 365 version 2 to make some advancements to really compete against, especially that trigger. Man, that trigger is so much better. Magazine release is nice. It is not, you can flip it over to be ambidextrous, but it is not ambidextrous out of the box, which neither is the P365. Is the XL? No. So not a big deal there. You can always flip it over for your lefties. Like the gun, like it. I think it's going to be great to shoot. We're looking at a retail price of the standard version between $469 and $479. Although that's not what they're going to sell for at first, with very limited quantities being available, but we do expect that to come down to very normal levels of retail markup in the short term. But there it is, guys. First look at the Springfield Hellcat. Looks good, feels good. I like it. Good job, Springfield. Good job. We'll see as people get these guns in their hands and start putting thousands of rounds through them, how their reliability is going to be. So if you're an early adopter and you want to give me some feedback on your Hellcat after you pumped a bunch of rounds through it, please leave some comments below. I would love to hear back about it and what you generally think about the gun. But my initial impressions, just by handling the gun out of the box, is pretty good gun. I like it, like the way it feels. Really like the trigger, especially compared to the 365, and we'll see what it does out there in the real world. See if anything gets broken on them really easily, any immediate recalls, problems like what the P365 had when it came out. But there it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you shop online at www.mysmokingguns.com and visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/mysmokingguns. Get in contact with us if you need anything, want anything, ammo, guns, got it all. And this is Ryan. Great to have you guys watching this video, and we'll see you next time.